heard that click. Here we go. It is the year 0079 of the Universal Century. Half a year has passed since Earth began moving its burgeoning population into gigantic, orbiting space colonies. A new home for mankind, where people are born and raised and die in space. And as the camera pans down from the various sides around the Lagrange points on Earth, we see our big, beautiful marble. And then slowly, it zooms in farther and farther. We can see North America. Then it zooms in even farther into Canada, the northmost reaches of Canada, until it's nothing but a blank, white, shrouded in an eternal night. And in this eternal night, four GMs walking in the snow. Atlas,
Yes.
you can feel the bitter cold steeping through your mobile suit, even through your jacket, even through the seal of your cockpit. You can feel how cold it is. It sucks. You can hear the wind howling outside your suit. You can feel it buffeting against your suit a bit as you walk. How do you feel?
Uh, he feels a bit two-sided about this. The first is bad, this sucks, I hate this. And the second is almost at home in the cold. He can barely see I imagine the MS equivalent of 5 feet in front of him. He has like a broken space heater that's not working plugged into the cockpit, and it is uh, I'd hate to say cathartic, but that's probably the best term for him.
He feels at home slightly.
Mm-hmm.
What does Atlas look like?
Atlas is a tall man, roughly about 6'2". He's slightly muscled, slightly fit enough to run a marathon, as I've put it in my description. He is half Yupik and half Russian, mixed race man, with hair that comes down to about his shoulders. But right now, you won't be able to see that. It's covered in just above his head in a ushanka, a custom bought ushanka, which he wears often in the cold winter nights.
And as we move from Atlas, we move to Kensen. You are in much of the same position, following behind in close formation. The same wind buffeting your GM. You've all been out on patrol for 2 days out of this 3-day run. How does Kenser feel and what does he look like?
Spencer is a young man in his 20s. He's got a slight goatee on him, dark color, with black hair and just slightly orangish eyes, as he is currently wearing both his flak suit as well as over it he's wearing a survival blanket. He's discovered that just wrapping the blanket around him while he's sitting in the cockpit tends to help keep the cold out. He kind of clicks his tongue as he looks through the monitors of his gym, seeing not much, knowing that once he gets into a sniper position, he'd probably be able to see a bit further than everyone else, but he's not going to be walking with his gym in firing position for this entire patrol. And, well, they haven't seen many Zeeks yet, but... well, he's still ready if they ever show up. He sighs as he's just like, do we really have to be patrolling out here for 3 whole days?
I say over the radio, Well, Lieutenant, they are out there.
They sure are. Just wish they'd come to us, Sergeant.
Keep moving
And-
forward. The snow's gonna clear eventually.
Yep. And as that conversation happens, the camera pans to you, Sergeant Dadley.
And when the camera pans, finds a slightly tense youth of 20 years old, brown hair, violet eyes. Just sort of scanning the screen repeatedly, looking for anything where there is nothing.
Yes. How does he feel? Of course, tense, but what else? Something deeper.
I itch for combat.
I need to kill. I need to kill. All right.
Loom has to be avenged.
And then it pans to Sergeant Dan, also in his GM.
See a heavily built guy with a couple days worth of dark stubble on his chin, optimistically shaking a vacuum thermos next to the ear, seeing if there's any like coffee left in it. When inevitably has been empty, as sitting with the last 3 times he checks it, he scowls and tosses it back behind the seat. Then squints at the radar screen, seeing if anything's picked up, which presumably, hopefully, remains clear.
Yeah, besides little phantom signatures that fade out as quickly as they appear, there's not much going on. And the camera pans down. Oh. Do you have any knickknacks in your cockpit, Dan?
It's pretty much just littered with them at this point. There's looks to be like a Buddha statue, a rubber duck apparently glued to the top of the main console. Numerous looks like packs of cards. Just a mess of odd esoteric items, all seemingly related to good luck.
Fair. Just the whole doohickey assembly. Very understandable.
Listen, if one lucky charm is lucky, then like 15 has to be more lucky.
Right?
Yes. And then we pan down over to the Bloodhound, gently and gracefully gliding along behind the group. And it pans through the Bloodhound into the driver's seat. Have you guys figured out who's driving the Bloodhound?
Probably a crew member.
Aren't you guys the crew member?
We're 2 parts of the crew.
Yeah, I'm not the driver.
I can drive, so I will. I'll for simplicities, I'll say John's driving at the moment, while also turning every now and then to quickly check the station. And really, that's what he's doing. He's just leaning back in the seat, driving the Bloodhound, listening to some faint, pre-recorded sort of mixtape, something from back home before he got sent up here. Just faint enough that if an alarm goes off, he'll hear that immediately. It's not really hard to pilot the thing thanks to the hover capabilities, even in this environment, so it's just gliding along.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing you really have to worry about is running into the mobile suits.
Yeah, and he's taking some care to avoid that, but he's not an idiot. This is a drive he's done before. He's familiar with the vehicle. He's just pretty, at the moment, more than anything, bored.
What does John Sweeney look like?
You can't really tell underneath all his gear,
Fair enough.
but some people swear he has the same nose as his sister, so there's your starting point.
Yes. And at the mention The camera pans to Sergeant Jane Sweeney.
Jane's currently in the back of the Bloodhound, turning off a hot plate as she puts some boiling water into a pair of cup noodles. And puts the lid on them to let them, simmer and cook. It's smooth. We're going good, so she figured now was as good a time as any to get some grub.
Yep. And as
No, go ahead.
no. Finish up, because
She just she takes the two cups and brings one up to the front and sets it on the console, on the driver console.
all right. And as you do that, the camera pans out back to a wide shot of the squad moving information across the desolate, perma-night wastes. Atlas, are you in the lead of the formation?
He would be. I want to say that the formation can largely be up to everyone else, but I imagine he'd be sticking next to Sergeant Dan, as they would be the artillery in the unit.
Right. Do me a favor. Roll me a keen awareness in systems.
Keen awareness and systems. Roger. Okay, that's a 6 out of keen 7. Wait, I forgot about the calculator. Okay, 6 successes.
6 successes. You see on your radar an incoming contact. Moving fast. Very fast. What do?
Immediately over the radio, he's like, headlights off, NG's on, we have contact.
Understood, Lieutenant.
Got it.
Moving.
Can I also look for this moving target, or has our lieutenant shared the data with us?
You know the over the squad link, you would know the approximate direction and bearing.
All right. So, Kensier is going to put his he's gonna first enter a kneeling position for now with his Jim. The knee crunching into the snow as he raises his sniper rifle and pulls out from behind him the scoping thingamajig that the Federation mobile suit cockpits have. You know what I'm talking about.
The targeting computer.
The targeting computer. He pulls that out, puts it over his eyes as the Jim raises its sniper rifle, the sensor glowing as he looks down the metaphorical scope, even though he technically doesn't need to do that. But he looks down the scope in the direction to try and see if he can identify the target, since he's got roughly the most, range advantage, I guess, because although they have artillery support, they can't exactly,
you have the
zoom down.
range and the precision.
Exactly.
Yeah. And as this contact is getting closer, you receive its IFF information. False alarm.
No.
It's friendly. It's just the Minovsky particle interference and all the snow blasting around is making things uncertain.
We've got a friendly. That's what the IFF says anyway. False alarm.
Atlas like groans and he's like, Sweeney's, can you open communication?
For all this interference, I can try. Jane,
Link
grab
up
the
with
wheel
my
for a
mobile.
second.
Hey, Sweeney, link up
I
with
got
my
it.
mobile suit. I'll try and establish a laser line with my range. Patch you through.
I'm gonna take over the driver's seat for John.
I looked at Dan and said, "Damn, that's the second false alarm today."
Good. Those are my favorite kind. But Dan steps his mobile suit back in the line where he had like stepped out 20 yards, so he wasn't giving a straight line down the column beforehand. Now steps back into line. Now that the threat has apparently passed.
All right. So, Kensir is attempting to. Are you just trying to establish direct laser line contact?
Basically, I'm trying to establish direct laser line contact with the friendly IFF, and then I'm patching them through to the Bloodhound, so they can and patch it through to everyone else.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. Yeah. Laser communication is established, and you can see it opens up a little video screen, much like how it does when it's laser line mobile suit to mobile suit. You can see a younger man. Since he's flying low, he doesn't need his O2 mask, but he has his Federation winter parka and his flight helmet on. But he's a younger man with green eyes, and you can see streaks of blonde hair come out from under his helmet. This is Corporal Long Distance.
We read you, Corporal. This is Sergeant Sweeney.
I spotted a couple Zeeks 5 clicks out to your northwest.
Understood. Lincoln targeting data.
Copy. And he looks down and hits a few buttons.
Yep, and Sweeney will flip through a few switches in the Bloodhound. He hasn't left his chair, so he's making Jane reach across to steer the Bloodhound. And he'll quickly send the information the pilot gathered over to the rest of the MS.
4 Zaku 2s, 1 Zaku 1, and a Zaku tank. I took the liberty of giving them a warm Arctic welcome with the Vulcans. The Zaku 1's down a knee.
You already took down a Zaku in a 10 COD of all things? Pretty impressive, kid.
The flat mouse.
Now, whatever. I'm not an Air Force pilot.
Did he say Zaku tank?
Yeah, you haven't heard?
Oh,
Apparently
exactly.
Yeah.
These are doing what now?
The Zeeks, apparently they've started slapping the tops of Zakus to their Megalas.
I bark out a laugh. They must be getting desperate.
Probably.
6 targets in the middle of nowhere. What are they doing here? That's an entire squadron.
Well, it won't matter if we kick the shit out of them, right, Lieutenant?
Of course it won't.
You already said you took down the Zaku 1, right?
Yeah, it had one of those antennas on him.
Guess that was their commander. Alright, solid work.
Yep. I'll leave the rest to you. And he dips his wings and flies off. Good hunting.
The Jim gives a salute as he turns to Atlas's Jim. Want me to go ahead? I'll try and set up a sniper's position. Try and take them out while you guys move in.
That'll be good. I'm just worried about you running in alone. Just take care. Don't engage until we're in position.
Absolutely, sir. After all, nobody wants to die out in a wasteland.
Hey, what did that guy say?
Or just in general.
I think he said his name was On something or other.
Long distance, sir.
That's a dumb name. And Kensir just starts walking off.
That was his name?
It would appear so.
Weirder all the time.
Who you see inside his cockpit, Dadley start his fingers repeatedly drumming over his sticks. Well, I suppose we got Zeeks to hunt.
Oh,
I guess you finally got your wish.
Fucking finally.
Dan, you know how it is. I'm gonna want you with me. Dadley, stay close to the Bloodhounds. We're gonna need that thing protected if we want any of the information. If we want any of the information on their location.
Understood.
Also, we don't want to send a letter to the Sweeney household. That too.
Yes. Well, we can't disappoint Mama and Papa Barber, can we?
With that, Atlas is going to head on forward after giving Pincer a bit of time to jog ahead.
You advance without any difficulties really, and you're about half a click out from their location.
So
And you
what?
can see
No, sorry. Go ahead.
you can see a red flare fly up into the sky.
Oh shit. Atlas, sir. Looks like they just called in a or are trying to call for rescue. What should we do? Take them out before anyone can come, or?
The issue is we don't know what they're doing here. For all we know, they could be a patrol. For all we know, they could just be a recon patrol. I say we take them out, see if we can get any survivors, get information.
All right, sounds good. Kensier is going to observe his surroundings to see if he can find a good sniper spot.
All right. You are pretty readily able to find one. It's an rocky outcropping that you could either skyline yourself on top of, or take cover behind.
Doesn't the
Uh,
round gym have a periscope, like Mohawk camera?
Believe so.
You could pretty
Let me
easily
check.
hide behind a ridge to observe.
Yeah, I think he's going to like put himself up. So he makes his way to this cover, right? And it's like you said it was a ridge line or something?
Yeah.
All right. And yeah, I could take cover behind it. Is there a area where I can realistically prop my rifle against?
Yeah.
All right. So Kensier is going to take a knee and kind of lean forward a bit to like he's almost prone, but he's kind of like against it as much as he can without potentially causing like the rocks to fall apart or something. But he's basically trying to lower his profile as much as possible as he begins to look down the scope. And first, he's seeing just what exactly this mobile suit force is looking like at the moment.
Yeah. So I'd say you're at very long distance. And you can see it is a Zaku 1 with a broken commander antenna. And its knee, or sorry, not its knee, its left leg is the bottom of it, the calf is blasted off. It's basically kneeling down on its knee alone with its left arm supporting it. And there's a Zaku tank trying to recover or repair it, along with 4 other Zaku's around it. Zaku 2s around it.
How close are the Zaku 2s?
They're forming a 360-degree perimeter.
300 meter. All right, Kensier is going to, while his team is heading into position, is going to aim through his scope, right? And he's going to walk on to the. Is the Zaku tank? Does it look like it's armed with like cannons, or does it look more like a recovery type of vehicle?
It is a Burge Zaku cannon, but it also has a. Sorry, I said Burge Zaku cannon. It is a Burge Zaku tank, but it also has a cannon along with the crane. It's just they're on different shoulders.
Okay. How big does this what kind of caliber am I looking at here?
Just regular MS cannon size. This isn't like anything massive. It's comparable to what you guys are packing when it comes to cannon caliber.
All right. So Kensier is going to actually move his scope to the Zaku 1 that's currently downed, and he's going to see if he can get a good bead on its reactor.
You can do that, but
Do I get
It
any
is-
indication from the linked targeting data?
yes.
Sweeney immediately goes, "Sir, I would advise you that environmental regulations say we're to keep nuclear explosions in the Arctic to a minimum."
Right. Alright. I'll focus on the Zaku tank instead. Not the Zaku one's already done for. And he's going to ditch his plan to cause collateral, like to blow up its reactor and cause the Zaku tank to be taken out. And he's gonna just aim at the Zaku tank currently, aiming at its chest area, not towards its reactor, of course.
Yeah.
And he's
that's the
gonna
concept.
he's gonna spend his time. I'm pointing this out specifically. He's spending his time like adjusting and lining up a shot while his team is moving into position, so he'll be ready to shoot at a moment's notice.
All right. You want to spend your reaction to aim when the time comes, or are you just setting up?
I'm just setting up. I'm kind of hoping my setting up will allow me to basically beat aimed without having to spend my reaction. That's what I'm thinking.
Fair enough. All right. What is everyone else doing?
Well, I was told to stay near the Bloodhound, correct? So where is the Bloodhound?
Where is the Bloodhound, John?
Yeah, John, you're driving.
Give me a second, jeez. He said, "Where's the Bloodhound?" And then two people were like, "Where is it?"
Where's the Bloodhound? John?
where is the Bloodhound, John?
John would have taken it actually pretty close to where Kensier set up, but he settled it totally like between the ridge and where the hill slopes, so that the Bloodhound is entirely obscured. And he's deployed the spike so that he can keep a heads up on the battlefield, basically the battlefield, make sure nothing else is sneaking in, give
Right,
them
well-
more accurate targeting and distance data.
I'm throwing the headset on and jumping in the seat to monitor.
Oh, I forgot to ask something, if I may.
You may.
What armaments do the Zaku 2s have?
I was just about to go over that.
All right. I read your mind.
So most of them are armed with machine guns, but there is one with a bazooka.
Is it a Dom bazooka or is it a Zaku bazooka?
It is a
I
Dom
assume a
bazooka.
regular. Oh.
So Dom bazooka.
Huh.
It is a big boy.
Understood.
It must have those manipulators the Doms have. Interesting.
Is there anywhere Atlas or Dan could immediately position themselves? That's maybe a bit lower ground than Kinsey's position, but obscured.
You guys are far enough out that it is very hard for them to see. Like, as long as you're practicing good light discipline and not kind of making yourselves too obvious, you guys are relatively hidden with the snowdrift and the permanent night going on.
Yeah, it is dark as fuck right now.
Or Zaku 2s, he says over comms to Dan. You know what they say about the number 4 back east, right?
Wasn't that the number of death or something?
Well, let's just hope it's their bad luck.
That's what I'm hoping for too.
Plus, we can make some of our own. Everyone but the one with the bazookas, we've got a range advantage on. I recommend we knock it out first.
I've got a bead on the Zaku tank. It's got a cannon, so it'll also be able to, if it's able to move, it'll be able to be more accurate than even the bazooka. I'll take it out first when you give the order, sir.
If we're
All right.
optimistic, we'll be able to take 3 out in... We could probably force the others to surrender, but that's might be asking a bit too much.
They can't be that suicidal.
I'll aim for the bazooka, unless if, Dan, you think you want to take that shot?
Well, we can double up on it, be sure of it.
I'd rather get the numbers advantage first. I think we should split targets.
All right. Well,
You're
you're
shot,
calling the
though.
shot. You're in charge.
All right, so I just realized we forgot to do this. So, someone please roll me narrative points.
One
How many?
moment. Because we
That
you need
is
to use a
2d6.
No, not 2d6. It's a d12.
Right.
Rolling. Oh, well, that's not good. We
Uh-oh.
have 1 narrative point.
Are you shitting me?
No,
Thanks.
Hilarious.
I am not
Thanks,
at all.
Go Mine. Thanks, Go
Nice
Mine.
roll,
Hey,
go mine.
yeah, honestly, no offense, Go Mine. You ain't picking up the dice anymore.
No,
We keep rolling narrative points anymore.
full offense, go mine.
But that Go Mine rolls worst dice roll ever. Asked to
Absolutely.
the
I don't know what it
Leave the
is with
party.
me and like our recent campaigns, but I shouldn't be trusted with narrative point dice rolls. But I'm the only one who has the bespoke dice ready.
It's okay. We just need to. It's okay. We just need to. We'll be fine.
We'll figure something out.
All right.
Be okay.
All right. So, I'm going to leave it to the squad lead to decide who will go first.
Okay, Atlas is going to be aiming at the tank.
I'm
if-
aiming at the tank already.
Not the tank, the bazooka. My bad. It can be up to Dan, which Zaku he aims at. And if Dudley wants to shoot as well, that's his choice. But I'd say it makes sense for Kinsia to go first.
Damn, where'd that fucking die go? I've lost the die.
I hate it when that happens.
Ugh. There it is. Okay. So, when you're ready, tired.
All right. My mark, you hit the trigger.
Understood,
Everyone
sir.
ready?
Yes, sir.
Kensier holds his breath. He's been lining this shot up for like the past 3 minutes.
Actually, hold up. Would you like to do a team action maneuver, tired?
Yes, I would like to do a team
We're
action
using
maneuver.
gameplay features.
It's like we know the game.
That's crazy.
Well, it was the director who suggested it.
You know,
Listen,
just to be a
I
little
have a-
pedantic, because fuck you, tired. You could also do a leadership bonus and really make sure that Zaku 1 dies.
Or the Zaku
Zaku.
tank.
The Zaku tank. The one's already down for the count very much, but yeah, I see what you mean.
Okay, yes, I will use a team action maneuver.
All right.
All right, that's going to be a keen leadership.
I'd say tact leadership or whatever is higher.
All of my skills are the same, actually. That was a useless question.
No, but flavor.
True.
Yeah.
True.
I'd say this is more of a tact, though, since we're kind of meticulously planning this.
Okay. That is 2 successes.
Oh, thank God.
All right.
I'm ready to fire.
So with 2 successes, it just works, right?
Yeah, correct.
Oh, okay. All right. Go hog wild.
All right.
3,
I guess
2, on go. 1.
and Kensier's gonna, with his lined up shot, pull the trigger.
Okay.
Atlas didn't say go though.
Well,
He was doing it anyways.
could you please say go?
Yeah, I mean, we could do it where he says go after you make the shot. Let go.
On 3, 1, 2, 3, blam, go.
Oh my God! I'm I'm just pulling the. I'm like the guy at the start of the race who shoots the gun, and that's meant to signify
The
when you start.
signal.
Yeah, that's the signal. My gunshot's the signal now. All right. So I assume I make an MS fire shot roll. Do I get any bonuses for my
Negative
meticulous
modifiers.
lining this up?
Yes, you get a +2.
And a
that-
plus
I think
two.
all of
So,
you get. I think all of you actually get a +2 because this is a complete surprise,
What about
overwhelming alpha strike.
question?
so
Would
Answer.
is that a +2 before nimble is taken into account?
Yes.
Okay.
So it'd be theoretically a +1.
Unless you're targeting the Zaku 1 or the Zaku tank. Yes.
that is 3 successes.
3
On the
successes,
Zaku
and you
tank.
are. All right. So that is 4 damage.
No, 4 pierce of 2.
Four.
So that's 6 damage.
Yeah, 6 damage on the Zaku tank.
Now
That is a one shot, I believe. Yeah, 3, 2, whammo. You've waited for the minutes for this shot. You finally have the clearance to take it, and you do, and you ace it. You see the round after it leaves the barrel fly in between the thruster backpack and its armpit as it punches right into the cockpit, and you see the crane on it just go limp, and all the other Zaku's start searching. They're turning around, aiming weapons, their mono eyes rapidly scanning for where that shot came from.
You know,
Kenseer lets out a sigh as seeing the shot hit right through the cockpit. He was aiming for the chest, but man, it does kind of suck. Taking a human life never gets easy. Or well, it does, but kind of sucks.
You know, as soon as I hear the shot, I pop up and I point my 100 mil at the first Zaku 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to use my reaction to turn this +1 into a +3.
All right. Go ahead.
So I need a 15. That's 7 successes. Does my target react in any way?
Yeah, but it's going to be at a -2 because you guys have essentially gotten the total element of surprise.
So I'll just.
He's going to attempt to. There we go. He's going to attempt to return fire, which is not happening. That is 3 degrees of failure.
So that would be a kill, no?
Yes.
I'll mark that down as my very first mobile suit kill.
Yeah. Oh yeah, do the same, Kenser.
Yep, already did.
Wunderbar. All right.
Into there, I imagine it goes to the cannon boys.
Yes.
Atlas is actually going to. I don't know if this would be a penalty. He's going to, like, when the targeting computer gets to the cockpit of the Zaku 2 with the bazooka, he's going to aim a bit up, so it hits around the chest and shoulder.
Instead of at the cockpit, you're going for the upper chest.
Mhm.
All right. No, that's just flavor to be. If I one tap this guy, it's going to be non-lethal. Trust me.
Okay, that is going to be 3 successes because of the +2.
3 successes. He will attempt. Well, by Jove, he got 2 degrees of success and attempting to dodge. So that's
Can I spend my other reaction to suppress him?
you may.
Very well then. So I assume this will be Regular, so that's just a 13 because we've lost the element of surprise. But I get the +1 because suppressive fire. Two successes, so that makes it one failure on that Zaku's dodge.
Yeah, so the Zaku sees the cannon round incoming, tries to dodge to the right, and then Dadley fires a burst of machine gun fire.
And
it hits the Zaku and forces him back to the right into the cannon shot. And it lands between the Zaku's head and chest, right in its neck, and it blows the head clean off. And the Zaku sort of spins its arms around as it falls on its back. You may mark down your first MS kill, Tired.
Okay. He overcomes. Just thanks for the hand, Dudley. Dan, your turn.
And you went for the one with the bazooka, correct?
Yes.
Dan will have taken aim at the Zaku furthest from it. They're like if they were in a perimeter trying to do a 360 defense, he's going to aim basically across the circle from himself and try to hit the furthest out one. Figuring on hitting one in the back is probably his best chance to put one down in one round narratively. And like some of the others, I'm actually going to sacrifice my reaction to line up this shot. Really hoping to knock him down in one.
All right, so
yeah.
you will be getting a +1 to it'll cancel out the nimble, or not cancel out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I'm tracking. Well, that is. I rolled a 6, a total of 6 on 3 dice, so that is a hit by. See if I've done my math right. 10.
Owie!
you have the calculator. Use it.
Yeah, I'll make sure I did this right. I detect ordnance systems, so that's 4, 9, 13, 14. Oh no, 9, not 10. Forgot about nimble. Even though you told me that.
Still, that's 9.
Yeah, and that's a flat 8 damage with the MS cannon.
Yeah, are you hitting the second or wait, no. You said the one furthest from you, so that would be the third Zok. What have I done? Fixed it.
And that should be enough to trigger good luck charm. So all allies receive +1 on their next roll in the scene.
Hell yeah.
Please mark that down on your standing modifier.
And now, I don't know what the Bloodhound crew wants to do. But you guys are up.
Atlas will actually open comms, if that's okay, not to suggest your turn.
Let's see what the Bloodhound crew wants to do first.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm cool with just keeping comms open during combat, since I'm,
Yeah, I mean that's
with
really
the spike.
Yeah. Our stuff is before other people have acted and everyone else has acted. So right now we're just on maintenance scan and keeping our eyes open.
Is there anything coming?
Sorry, say one more time.
Well, if they're looking out to see if any of these other Zeeks are coming, are they?
Yeah, I want to use the spike to just see if there's, aside from the other units, aside from the units that we are currently engaged with, if there's anything else around.
No, there doesn't seem to be any reinforcements coming in.
Okay. I guess I'm just gonna hand my turn to John.
Well, if there's nothing incoming again, he's just trying to keep comms open. It's not really.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna convey to the rest of the mobile suit team. Hey, there's nothing else on Nothing else on my end, so this should be the last of them.
Atlas is just gonna open comms. Jack, June, we took out 3 of them. Actually, make that 4. Sorry. See if the survivors want to surrender. We don't want to make this more bloody than it has to be.
You see inside my cockpit, I go in a dismissive way with, my comms not on.
No. Yeah, the last Zaku is sort of hunkering down. He's not really in the type of environment that he can take cover in, but he's kneeling down and he has his shoulder shield up to the front.
Can I line up a headshot just in case, just to disable the Zaku?
If you would like.
I think I'd like to do that, just so they have a bit more reason to give up.
So there's not anything coming in from the Zeeks, but maybe perhaps they'd be willing to talk if someone opened communications. Ha ha, wink wink, nudge nudge.
I guess
Well,
since I'm at the. No, go ahead, Swappy.
I was gonna say it was probably more fitting for the command truck to do it, but I mean, I am lined up with one of them. I can't just beat them and be like, give up.
Yeah, since I'm at the rear console of the truck, I'm gonna open up comms with the Zeeks.
Yeah, I'll do what I did with the last with Lon, where I patch him through via my laser line.
All right, you do so. There's a very terrified woman in a Zeke winter uniform with a field cap over her head. Despite the fact that it is probably negative 20 something, no matter what unit of measurement you measure with, she is sweating profusely. God, and she's talking to herself. Goddamn, Friedrich called the feds instead of backup.
Attention, Zeon Mobile Suit Force. This is Earth Federation Ground Forces. Alert MS team. We are willing to accept a surrender.
And she looks at the monitor and says, grits her teeth a bit. Ah, screw it. And the Zaku stands up and drops its machine gun.
Oh. All right. I'm gonna swap over to communicating with the mobile suits. Hey, that Zaku's surrendering.
Panseer is gonna go with laser lines on her with the Zaku finally just say, good choice, as he gets up from his sniper position.
Whew.
All right. I'm assuming you guys are going to move on to that position.
Well, can I?
Yeah, can see.
What did you say, Garma?
Well, can I? You know, how Dadley gets during combat.
Yeah, I think Kensier's gonna start moving up solely to keep Dadley here in check.
I was actually talking about the freezing up thing, but
Oh.
Yeah, Pancake.
Ross-
Are my legs movable or are they frozen right now?
Your legs are broken. Your legs are okay. You gain brosive.
Oh god, no
you're
more cycles of guilt.
you're you find your body is against you hesitating, but give me, that's Connie's old sheet. Where's the new? No, that isn't
The new updated.
Give me a composure. Give me a poise composure.
So that would be poise 3, composure 1, standing modifier 1. So that'd be a 5 on a 2d6. That's 5 failures. So
Wow.
as Lieutenant Kensier moves forward, Kensier, you see Dudley's mobile suit stay there.
For style points, I'm gonna say Kensier is sliding down from his sniper perk as he comes to a halt and starts walking ahead. He sees Dadley's frozen up mobile suit, and the gym ground type places a hand on the shoulder of his, and through contact comms, he just says, "Just stay there." And he's gonna go to Dan. He's like, Dan, you mind keeping an eye on Dadley here?
Understood. Just start scanning the horizon, see if that flare attracted any attention or not.
Well, Lieutenant Atlas, shall we?
Atlas, his mobile suit visibly, the head turns to nod. The shield he sort of places in front of his cockpit. The big bolded letters, Zeke go home, as he decides to march to the wreckage of the Zakus.
Yep.
Let's hope they're just as cooperative in their bodies as they are in their suits. Or,
Yeah, it's fine. We'll handle them if they try anything. Kensier says as he I can't really is there a way I can holster my sniper rifle in some way, like on the back skirt?
Yeah, you can fold up the stock. The stock folds
Yeah.
up into the body of the rifle, and you can stow it on your skirt.
Yeah, Kensier just folds up the sniper, puts it on the back skirt, reaches down to the leg of his Jim and pulls out the beam saber. He doesn't ignite it though, as he also raises the shield as he approaches.
Atlas just straight up drops the cannon into the snow. Just poof.
How close were you when you did that?
To the cannon?
Yeah.
Relatively close to, because he was holding it and then he drops it. Uh-oh,
All
the
right.
consequences of my actions.
Yeah. So you see a guy in the Zaku 1 cockpit. Or the cockpit hatches open, and as you're walking towards them, you can see as you drop the cannon, a man fall out of the Zaku cockpit as the ground shakes.
Ouch.
And he falls into the snow.
Yeah, Lieutenant, I think that's on you to check if he's okay.
He's holding his the bridge of his nose, this is just like basic. As he trudges his way through the snow, opens the hatch of his cockpit, racks his shotgun.
Kensier, meanwhile, approaches the surrendering Zaku 2, and he just kind of points the beam saber at them. Doesn't turn it on, obviously. So there's just a hilt, and he's just like, "All right, open it up and come on out."
The cockpit hatch opens, and the same scared woman that you saw emerges with her hands up.
What's your name?
Coriander Sprouts. Lieutenant Coriander Sprouts.
Name's Kensier. Wait by the leg of your Zaku. You can stand on it if you want. Foot. Well, we sort you guys out. Don't worry, you'll be somewhere a bit warmer soon.
He grumbles a bit and then takes the ascension line down.
And Kensier is just observing the downed Zaku, seeing if anyone's getting out of their mobile suits or if anyone's gonna try and do something, which doesn't seem likely, but you never know.
Yeah. The downed Zaku, the one that Atlas hit in the neck, you can see a flare come out of its launcher, and it just pings across the snow and starts burning out uselessly on the ground.
He sighs.
Atlas opens comms again. Jackson, Juniper, Sweeney.
Yes, sir.
Right,
Are
sorry.
you like intentionally calling us by every J name except the ones that our names are?
I think so.
We're gonna need the Bloodhound to get over here. We have some prisoners. We're gonna need to, let's say cozy in with you two.
Sir, to verify your orders, you would like us to take the prisoners into the sensitive communications hub.
To verify my orders, where else are we going to put them?
I mean, we could just like
Wear
handcuff them to one of the
headphones.
desks.
I ain't carrying them on my hand. That's too much work.
Very
Unless we want
useful
one
input,
of them
sir.
to.
They would also die in the cold.
I mean, we could have the lady I just had out of her cockpit just walk along with us to save us space. I'll have my saber to the back of her locker if anything happens.
I'm also a bit worried about those flares they sent up. They were clearly trying to call for backup, and that backup isn't here.
Either they're too
About
far
that-
out. Oh fuck!
Hey, Frep,
Out of here, dude.
Yep.
remember how you said you were scanning the skies?
Yep.
Well, I guess all of you technically get this.
And Kensier immediately just says, "Oh, son of a bitch." And
Me and my big fucking mouth.
Oh, that's fun.
Yes. And in the distance, you can see it because it's a big ugly piece of shit. A fat uncle transport slow boating in the sky. You can see it getting buffeted by the windstorm that's whipping up around you guys. And allow me.
fuck.
How many
Alright,
mobiles
so
can those things carry again?
a lot. Like 4.
Oh boy.
So real quick, it's still flying, right?
Yeah, no, it's flying.
Alright. Kensier's gonna stash the beam saber, pull out the sniper, and he's gonna immediately try start aiming at it. So, to try and either A, snipe anyone who tries to come out, or B, shoot that thing down before I can get too close.
Yes, that works. I would like you. It is at very long distance though, so you would have to fire at a -2.
I'm gonna. Yeah, this is a pretty important shot, I think. Actually, is there a chance to try and get closer? Can I jump forward and while I'm in the air try to hit the shot? I'm trying to make this a snapshot because I'm slightly better at snapshot.
I still don't quite understand how that works.
But I'm basically I'm jumping forward. Like I kick on my thrusters, I jump forward, and actually, shit. Wait, no, I have that lady there. She might get knocked off.
Yeah.
All right, never mind. Yeah, I'm gonna spend then my reaction to aim the shot.
All
So
right, you
that
do
will
so.
be
Yeah. It'll be
I'm
at a
gonna
-1,
aim.
or not. It would be at a +1 then.
All right, I'm aiming at. I'm gonna probably try and hit at least the bridge, but let's go. That is another 9, another 3 successes.
All right. The fat uncle will attempt to dodge this. Wow, this is the first time I've ever seen this before. The fat uncle got a critical fucking success.
Holy shit!
What the?
This is a barrel
Who the-
roll evade.
The
That's
round
fine.
just bounces off the side.
No.
The fat uncle is red. It's colored red.
It's red.
Shit, it's moving 3
times
times faster.
I'm not gonna lie, you kind
Oh,
of got
God.
swappy.
I'm cooked.
Not gonna lie, Ace Custom Fat Uncle is not something I didn't need it until this moment.
First of all, I didn't expect for it to dodge, and second of all, I didn't expect for it to roll a fucking critical.
All right.
Yeah,
Like
but
the
here we
best
are
thing
now.
to do here is just to make the rifle misfire.
Okay.
Mechanism freezes up, maybe.
Boeing is winning the dogfight. Now,
I have returned.
welcome back. Kenser, you see the round fly out. You swear you had that fat uncle in your sights. This dopey, giant flying hunk of shit. Surely, this unmaneuverable, unaerodynamic flying brick couldn't possibly dodge a supersonic round. Unfortunately, you would be wrong. The pilot sees this round coming and yanks on the stick as hard as possible. Looks like the damn fat uncle's about to rip itself apart pulling this evasive maneuver. But it dodges. And then the fat uncle adjusts course and RTBs, wherever that may be.
Pensier fucking is like sitting there in this cockpit with his mouth agape as he's watching it somehow do this, and he sees it flies off, and he's like, Lieutenant Atlas, permission to speak freely, sir.
Permission granted.
What the actual fuck? and the mic just cuts out.
That's one hell of a pilot.
I'll try spinning. That's a good trick.
Kensier is sitting in his cockpit like, I can't believe that actually happened. But at least they're not deploying mobile suits. But Kenzier's just he's this is like the most shocking thing he's seen throughout this entire war. He has no clue how that happened. This is gonna be like a story he'll tell and nobody will believe him, except for the people that just saw it happen.
You know, this will go on the official.
You know what? You say he won't tell that story because no one will believe him because it dodged. I wouldn't tell the story of how I missed a fat uncle either, but those are for entirely different reasons.
Honestly, it's the ridiculousness to the point where you have to respect it. Where it's like I got outplayed. Somehow this pilot just decided he was Char Aznable and won. So like, what the?
Stop. Okay, this fat uncle pilot is now your designated nemesis for the rest of the campaign. I'm sorry to say.
So true.
Named NPC pilot. Let's go.
It's like the NPC.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna
duck.
have to do that.
Oh,
This
God.
we're like nemesis systeming this.
So, what now, boss man?
Boss man is in me or boss man is in tired?
Whoever wants to answer first.
Atlas,
that video.
like, he's holding onto his hat because he almost fell out of the fucking mobile suit watching that. And he, like, opens comms. Educated guess. There wasn't anything in that. They were here to pick up. Oh, holy shit.
As you say that, lying on his back, there's a Zeke soldier. You can see his collar tabs, but you can't make out what rank he is because you're far away. But this guy was obviously the Zaku 1 pilot. Well, Mr. Federation soldier, if you must know, they were carrying my replacement Zaku 2.
Damn, he really just told us that? I say on my on team line, so only.
I'm more impressed that thing managed to dodge while carrying a mobile suit.
I mean, to be fair, it might just be carrying scrap metal at this point.
It falls apart like a fucking Lego kit.
No, wait. You know what I'm thinking?
Apart like a master grade dropped off a second-story window.
No.
This was the Zaku 2 inside that fat uncle.
For the posterity of the recording, it is a GIF of a bunny from famous Wii game. I cannot remember the name.
Raving
The
rabbits.
rabbits.
Raving
Yeah.
rabbits.
Rayman
And
versus
it is
Rabbit.
in a room when that suddenly, because how in that game you have to
No, it's
shake
not
the
in
Wii
a, it's
remote.
not in a room. It's inside the Wiimote. You abuse your rabbits in the Wiimote by shaking them violently.
So yes, listeners, that is that is canonically what happened to that Zaku 2.
Someone didn't strap bro in. He said he didn't need the seatbelt.
Oh shit, they're gonna have to get Bandai for a replacement part. They lost the leg.
Hopefully, they got
yeah.
the bluefin sticker.
Yeah. So what now?
Alice, it's gonna be like, for the record, Mr. Zeon Soldier. I think the pilot of that fat uncle is. Perhaps the pilot of that fat uncle should be
There's-
piloting that Zaku 2 over you, considering everything.
Ah, yes.
Damn.
Yardbirds. Good old Yardbirds. He was an ace pilot. I don't know why he likes to fly transports instead of actual combat aircraft. But, for the record, whatever Federation aircraft blew my leg off came out from the snow. Well, the snow breeze. Hit me right proper with a burst of Vulcan fire and blew off my leg. And I'll have you know, sir, the Zaku 1 is a venerable piece of machinery, but it's old. I rest my case, and then he sticks both of his arms up through the snow. You may arrest me now, good sir.
Why is he talking with a British accent? Just
I
so he
don't
kinda
know.
says over the
Who
comms.
is this Zeke?
I think maybe he hit his head when he fell out of the cockpit.
Yeah, switch to that. Kensier is literally.
I was gonna say, who's designated medic?
If anyone has video come with Kensier just has his fucking head in his hands, he's just like I can't fucking believe it.
This is going in the session notes.
What, Zeke brain injury?
Maybe.
I have a 2 in. I don't know.
I
if
also
that's
have a 2
high.
in medicine.
Also have a 2 in medicine.
Likewise.
Wait. Let me check. I think I also have a 2 in medicine.
Yeah,
I have a 3 in medicine.
Okay, congratulations on them being
Congratulations,
the
medic.
2 is like the enough to keep yourself alive, so that's why I usually put it.
Someone's gonna have to snap Kensier out of his fucking spiral of just trying to figure out how that fat uncle pulled off that maneuver. He's impressed, but it's so disheartening.
For the other suits we put down, did any of the other pilots make it out, or are these two the only? I guess to be. Just curious how many prisoners we have to corral.
Sprouts. The Zaku 1 pilot. I haven't come up with a name for him yet.
Splots.
And the guy
You
who
gotta name
fell.
him Leopold or something.
I will. I'm gonna name him Sig because Leopold just brought up Leopold Optics in my brain.
I went to actually
Perfect.
Leopold II Butcher.
Yes, you guys have all finished. The combat is finished. Everyone, please take your combat fatigue check. Kenser,
Do I roll
after
fatigue empathy?
after getting styled on, you've taken such a horrific blow to your ego that you must also take a fatigue empathy check.
Question.
Uh,
I raise my hand metaphorically and looking to my right, quite literally. Should
Yes.
I do a fatigue empathy check or a fatigue grit check? Because my baggage is guilty conscience. So I would
You
have
should
to
do a
re-roll
fatigue.
a check.
You should do fatigue empathy.
Understood.
Hey, critical success.
Oh god, alright, okay, alright. I'm gonna roll fatigue empathy first, since that is the most fatiguing thing for Kentia right now. Luckily he has a 3 in it. And he rolled an 8, so that's good. And fatigue grit, and that's a success. So he's only taken 1 mind damage, but it's not his mind that's damaged. It's his heart.
pride.
Wait a second. I just realized I rolled as many awakening points in session 1 of this as the first 15 of the last campaign. Neat. I.e. 1.
There's been 2 critical successes in this one session.
Fired in 9, and I rolled a mind damage. That is, I'm at 4 mind health out of 7.
I assume I'm doing.
Jesus Christ.
I assume I'm doing just like fatigue empathy because then
Yeah.
that is
Everyone
3
else get it done?
successes.
Mhm.
Oh shit! That's all right. Awesome crit success on my fatigue empathy.
That means you regain D3.
I don't even have that.
Yeah, we didn't lose any.
We didn't lose
Yeah,
any. We
you're
just sitting in the
fine.
truck.
That 1 point of mind damage is just the shot to his ego, to Kentier's pride.
I don't know, like seeing a bunch of dudes get their asses absolutely wrecked can be traumatic.
That too, but like, dude, what the fuck?
Atlas is going to oh sorry.
Here, allow me to post a little snippet of my session notes for all to see.
Ace, that
Yard
uncle
birds.
pilot.
Amazing things
I
that
have to
happened.
beat that guy.
I presume we get our bearings, we start going back to alert.
Actually,
Nope.
we have forgotten one man. There's still a Zeke pilot in the snow, and Atlas does not feel like having a guilty conscience over leaving a man to freeze to death.
Well, there's him, and also the guy stuck in his Zaku.
Yeah,
Also, the woman who
Yeah.
Well, no. That lady's she's doing all right. It's just, I mean, she's standing by the foot of her Zaku. There is a guy stuck in his Zaku though. That Atlas headshot, and then the captain in the snow.
You can arrest me now, sir.
Oh, it's a captain now,
There's-
isn't it?
I just said random high ranking thing, but let me check. Let me double
The
check
team
Zeke
leader.
ranks. I might just make him a captain. Oh, my Muv-Love friend does not know what a fat uncle is. I must tell them what a fat uncle is before.
My love friend.
My Muvla friend?
I understand. I only ever have
Oh.
one friend who likes Moblove too.
Yes, Swappy is my only love
Yeah.
friend.
No,
Swap
I
is a
surprisingly
designated
have
Muv-Love
two.
friend.
No, you commissioned them for the Connie art. They're a fan of Muvlove as well.
No,
yeah.
no, not that one. That one's different.
Oh.
They drew the art that I used to make this meme of my character. If I can find that.
Pirate, that's kind of a banger to be honest.
Muv-Love.
Well, yeah.
Muff-Love.
Yeah, Muff-Love, red is Muff-Love.
Someone fucks too. Oh yeah, there it is.
To paint that red, add an antenna.
We have to keep him alive.
No, it's the
purely
same
so
guy.
he could be. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
we have to
it's
keep him
literally
alive. So
him. He survived the 1 year. He survived up until UC 93.
exactly.
It's the
96.
same dude.
We
It's
have
just-
no. I am completely fine with this. I am fine with Kentir shooting down at least the fat uncle, but he must live.
I'll be right back. I gotta top off my water.
This amazing things have already happened in Northern Shadows. So, oh god, you know when? Have you ever yawned, but it felt like you couldn't get enough capacity,
Yeah.
and like you feel like you've been. It's so hard to explain. Anyway, so Tired. I'm assuming you guys are gonna corral all the prisoners, break that guy out of his busted ass Zaku.
Atlas is going to, just again on comms. I feel like I don't need to say it at this point, but like, click. I'm going to dig our friend here out of the snow. I'm gonna need someone to help with the Zaku.
I'll
can do
do it. He can do it.
Atlas is having no trouble digging the Zeke out of the snow. He's relatively cooperative.
You know, as I presume Atlas is gonna go take over this Zeke. Lieutenant, whatever her name, and make her carry along this guy. As he walks away, I'm gonna take out my beam saber and total this Zaku. I'm gonna very carefully slice away so it in strategic areas, usually like the hip joint and one of the arm joints, so it cannot be repurposed.
I imagine the Zeke captain looks like Vinny from Atlantis.
Oh, that's me
Hilarious.
now, sir.
So these Zakus, we've got what? We've got the one that surrendered, and Zaku one that's like missing its lower shin. Everything else is like not mobile anymore. Correct?
Yeah, basically you've totaled everything.
Okay. Do we want to try and take the like crippled Zaku one back, like have it limp back with like leading on the Zaku two, or are we just gonna destroy it too, so deny the wreck?
It would be funny if you guys took it back and then you just doohickied the hell out of it.
Exactly. That's the idea.
We
All
need
right.
something. We need something to turn into just a thing.
Yeah, Lieutenant
exactly.
Atlas, what are we gonna do with the rest of these after you see me total one? So
He looks around. Do we have any information on the tank? Command might like to see what the Zeeks are welding together, it appears.
No report so far, sir.
If you want to haul any of these pieces of scrap back to alert, I'm not going to stop you, but it's your responsibility.
Kensir's gonna go over at the intercom and he's gonna look down at the foot of the Zeke pilot. He just says, "Mind doing me a favor?" He sounds a little more depressed now after that incredible dodge, but he's just like, "If you want, get in your mobile suit. Don't try anything funny. We're gonna lead you back to base. Try anything funny, and well, one Zaku 2 versus 4 gyms. What do you think's gonna happen?"
Fair enough. What about the other two?
Uh,
I'm gonna
how
be
much-
completely honest. Yeah, you can fit one person. You can fit 2 people in a Zaku cockpit, but I don't quite know about 3.
we'll take
We'll
the
have to
other.
make 3 work.
Nah, are you sure, sir? We could just have one tied to the Bloodhound, like you initially suggested, and that'll just be one prisoner they have to deal with in there.
I've got a set of handcuffs in here.
Why do you have that? Jen kind of looks over it.
You know, just in case.
Right. Well, I was going to say we could just put them in the trunk, sir. Like the bed. There's a tarp on it. It'll keep them sheltered from the wind. They're already bundled up against the cold. It's not a long drive.
We're about 2 days out, aren't we? All right. It's that'll work then.
I must protest putting one back in the Zaku, sir. They have communications equipment. They've already indicated they have flares. They could potentially be being tracked by their command and control, which would lead them back to home base.
Yeah, I got to go with John on this one.
Well, can't Jane pilot a mobile suit?
I can.
Listen, Jacob. We either have we either force these people into their own Zaku and drag them along like a prisoner in war, which they are, or we put them with you two in the Bloodhound. I guess that's not up to me, is it, Sergeant?
wait,
Sir, you're literally the commanding
Is it?
officer of the team. It's quite.
No,
literally up to you.
I was asking. Well, we'll leave them. What? 2 in the Zaku, 1 in the Bloodhound. Worst of both worlds. I'm getting back in, and he tries to light a cigarette with a lighter, but it's too frozen, and so he throws it, and he's like, ah.
Oh, dang it.
Does Dan have anything to say about that?
I was gonna say, I mean, hell, I can stick one of the Zeeks in my cockpit and keep a gun pointed at him. I'd rather get back with as many of these suits as we can. If we're not
I think this
comfortable,
mean that we don't have
we
like
can roll in
rumble
there.
seats.
What?
Or no, hold on, no. The gyms. Okay, never mind. I'm being stupid. Ignore
These
me.
are like first and second generation mobile suits.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
that's
where
what
we
I
don't
mean.
have
That's why I was like, yeah,
panoramic
no.
cockpits.
The pop
I
out
just-
chair of mobile suit.
Yeah,
cockpits.
like I was thinking of
The
just like
CCA.
a rumble, yeah, like a rumble seat in the thing, and then I was like, wait a minute, this is like 20 years too early.
Also, quick tangent. When Chan and Amuro took off from the moon, Anaheim's facility at the moon, why do they have the fucking couples deluxe jump seat position? I mean, it's cute. I think it's very cute, and it was a very nice scene. But why specifically that? Why can you configure a jump seat to be like that?
I think actually you
'Cause
can
it's cute.
position it any way you'd like.
Yeah, I know you can because it.
They did that on purpose. By that I mean Amuro and Chan did that on purpose.
Yeah, I was gonna say if anyone could hodgepodge that together, it'd be them.
They went up to
That is
October
very true.
Saran and they were like, listen, we need this rumble seat to be able to attach everywhere.
But why? Well, it'd be adorable. Well, then, I suppose.
I fair enough.
All right, so I guess we're going with, or what are we going with?
Me, as a director, toss him in the fucking Bloodhound. Unless, toss him in the Bloodhound, and probably keep the Sweeneys in there and just hold him at gunpoint. Because, hell, while John's driving, have Jane hold him at gunpoint with the fucking flamethrower. That'll make sure they don't fucking do anything
God.
stupid.
Oh my god.
By the way, that's an intimidate check with a massive bonus. But if you fuck that up,
That's
they realize that
okay.
there's no way you're going to M2 flamethrower the inside of your own
No, we-
vehicle.
Yeah.
Like it's +10, but don't botch it.
Atlas was going to suggest having one in the broken Zaku like suggested, and then just have a gun pointed at it, and then the other 2 in the Bloodhound.
Yeah,
Beam saber
because like
press
we
the-
have a Zaku Vac and Wog. If we just hold a beam saber to its back, if they try anything, they're immediately gonna get murdered. So
The point is they know where it's operating and they can track its reactor signal.
Yeah.
That was the whole
But
point
they-
John was making earlier when he said it could lead them back to our hidden base.
but isn't there all the snow in the Minovsky particle?
That doesn't stop it if you already have a fix on the thing.
That is true. Then, yeah, if it's needed, then it's probably best to just, out of character, just stay in the Bloodhound. Does everyone agree on that, or?
Well,
Sure, then.
Agree doesn't matter. You can literally tell us what to do.
I do not realize mobile suits to be tracked like that. Knowing that, yeah, we should just scrap these things here, take our prisoners, and
That's actually how
DFO.
that's how the radar, in air quotes, works. Is it's based off the reactor signals.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I suppose.
Wait, can I use our only narrative point for something silly? But I'll run it by y'all first.
You want a narrative point for a silly?
Yes.
I feel that's the
Depends on
correct usage of
Depends
narrative.
on how
point.
good the silly
Yeah.
is.
There is a custom-made jail cell in the Bloodhound.
Absolutely not.
No.
No.
Okay.
Oh my!
There's not enough room.
I suppose we
Oh.
should.
We'd have to get rid of a bunch of communications equipment for that.
You gotta remember that the Bloodhound, while it looks big, half of that is just the truck. Like
I
the truck
think you
bed.
could fit 3 more people in there. I've got to
You
find
can
that.
fit 3 more people in there. It's not going to be comfortable. And the concern Sweeney raised was the fact that right now the Bloodhound is the primary sensor and communications vehicle for the Federation mobile suit team.
You know,
Yeah,
Panda,
and if we've got a
I was
bunch
gonna
of
go with
seats in there-
Do we have
I
a
should
custom
probably
jail cell? No,
say-
we have an equipment locker.
Wait, okay.
So
I
again,
guess an idea.
we can restrain them and we can hold them at gunpoint. That's not a problem. And I'm not saying we shouldn't.
Blindfold them.
But I'm just saying that John's perspective in character is that it's a dumb idea to put them next to the comms equipment.
Blindfold them.
Okay,
And then
here's
you
an
guys
idea.
have headphones. But also, as a director, I need to say, you can return to base. You've been on. I probably should have mentioned this, but you guys have prisoners. That is more of a logistical.
Yeah.
That is more of a logistical drain. You can RTB if you have prisoners.
I assume that's what we were doing at this point.
Yeah,
Then-
I thought that was the plan.
Just okay. Phone closed here. Listen, unless if there's any other solutions, which there clearly isn't, we're going to stick them in the Bloodhound. If you want, you can. If you want, you can throw the flamethrower at them. You can stick the flamethrower in their nose all you
Not
want.
throw the flamethrower at them, please.
Don't throw
Bad
it.
idea.
I mean, as I said, we can do that.
I know it's sensitive, but we'll have radio communications on the entire time. I doubt the fat uncle is coming back, and if it does, then God help us all.
One dodge roll, this fat uncle has become the goddamn boogeyman of the north.
See, now I have an idea for a terrifying fucking boss. The fat uncle shows up, and you're thinking, "Oh,
The
it's dropping in reinforcements."
The
No,
fat uncle.
The door opens up, and it's 8 fucking MS bazookas jury rigged
One
together.
one of my favorite things is that one of my players took a C-88 Medea and then cut a hole in the side of it and stuck a howitzer out.
Like it's an AC-130.
Yeah, exactly. It just started blowing up mobile suits with it.
That's fucking base.
All right,
Anyway,
so-
VRTP.
Let's start RTBing.
So Ken Sierra's like, all right, change of plans. You're going in the Bloodhound. As he, what would be the safest way to total this machine?
Beam saber off the legs and or arms, and then the legs.
Ken Sierra's like, you're gonna want to move for this. As he has the Jim's thumb point to the Bloodhound,
He starts a walking.
and he activates the beam saber, the pink, lighting up the dark Alaskan winter landscape as he raises it and slashes the Zaku across the legs. And
The
as it
Zaku
falls,
buckles and falls.
as it falls over, he just puts the beam saber through the head. Just turns off the beam saber as he puts it back in his knee and starts walking.
Yep. All right. Oh, sorry. So yes, you are back, or you are all back together. There are 3 prisoners inside the Bloodhound now. How are you guys holding? How are the Sweeney twins holding or making sure they're compliant?
I mean, how long does it take to get back to base?
From where you guys are at, it's probably about gonna take you 10 hours.
You know, as long as they're not mouthing off or being assholes, I'll just be like pleasant. just be like, hey, you know,
Yeah, no, they're not really
we're all soldiers here and just chilling out.
For you, Zeke, the war is over.
We're all chilling in this Bloodhound. We're all friends, and you're like pointing the fucking flamethrower at them.
Yeah, no,
Effect-
the flamethrower is close at hand just in case, but as it stands right now,
Yeah, I mean, effectively, John's focused on driving, and he has a bolt action rifle, which is not precisely the best weapon for holding people.
I've got that family heirloom Webley.
Yeah, so that's what you're probably the one holding them, I imagine. Really.
Yeah.
And other than that, they're just blocking our access to our hot plate, which is annoying.
That's fine, you know. I
You
just get 'em
make
to
them
move when
make
it's
more
time.
cup noodles.
Actually, yeah, put them.
Yeah.
They're making cup noodles right now.
Yeah,
is
you
what's
guys are
going
you
on.
guys are taking a broom. Make some.
They can
make
have
food.
some too. They can have some too, but they gotta make it.
Yeah.
They all kind of just smile and thank you, and the captain goes, "You guys got any hot cocoa? Coffee?
Yeah,
doesn't
go ahead,
really
have
with
some.
me." Sweet.
Yeah, no, we got it in the I'm gonna like reach back into like the it's like the bottom of like the equipment locker and just like pull out one of those like Swiss Miss fucking like bags of instant hot cocoa and toss it to him.
All right. Is there
Camera
anything
cuts-
else anyone wants to do?
Camera cuts out, and you just hear.
Any reaction?
None for me.
I'm sorry, what did he say?
I can't believe they're giving them our food.
Sergeant, quiet down.
Sergeant, nobody asked.
Shut your bitch ass up, Sergeant.
Yeah, I could tell Sabs is a communist. He made our food his food.
Exactly.
You think we don't store all of our food in the Bloodhound?
I mean, yeah, all of our food's obviously in the Bloodhound.
Oh
but
yeah,
we've
yeah, the
got
lazy
enough.
bums can't keep their emergency rations in their own cockpits. It's too good for them. I
No,
understand.
they have the emergency rations. We have the cup noodles and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna
We've
take
got
your.
desirable food.
I'm gonna take
Actually,
I'm gonna take your cup noodle portion out and put a TV in.
Actually, I think I have a funny. Kent's just like, Sergeant, quiet down. You know they ain't gonna share that food with us.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
So
stay
used
away.
to playing women.
The instinctive ma'am from Swappy always playing women.
Yeah.
Wait, is Kent your guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I
For
was
once.
actually surprised when you started describing Kensier and you said he. I was like, huh?
Oh, okay.
man?
I didn't realize that.
Swappy playing a man for once?
Actual
Unthinkable.
eggless behavior.
Yeah, no.
No, do not use eggless behavior. That implies something entirely different.
Oh shit!
I'm still convinced, Swappy. One day you'll realize.
Is this where we are ending? Pancake.
Yes, as you all are heading back to base in the cold north. The Panra. Oh, I'm so good at this. I'm so good at this. I'm such a
Panra.
great
Panra cans.
director. The camera pans out and pans back in to North America proper. Somewhere in North America. It could be New York. It could have been Seattle. But you see a red Zaku and you hear the words, "Hey Garma, do you read me?"